So good.
Why do we still have this?
I know. PIX. Before there was PlayStation, before there was Xbox, Nintendo Switch, whatever gaming device, right?
Oh,
that was the way you could play PIX. PIX. PIX.
And today, as we celebrate our 75th anniversary on the air, we want to take a trip down memory lane. And who better to join us on this trip than Ron Simon, the senior curator at the Paley Center for Media. So good morning, Ron. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, good morning. Happy birthday.
Thank
75,
you so much.
a great age.
Yes.
It is so exciting, really. It's a huge birthday for us. And you've lived in the city for many years.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the history. Where does WPIX, what do those letters even stand for?
Well, certainly PIX was a groundbreaking station presenting the diversity of New York, and PIX stands for picture, because it was owned originally by the New York Daily News, and they were New York's picture newspaper. So just adapted picture, and certainly this is what PIX gives: great photos of life in New York.
I mean, history in pictures is what PIX is all about, right? TV programming was a whole lot different back in 1948, right? And from 1948 to now, there has been some iconic shows and programming. Can you kind of take us down memory lane here?
Well, some of the early shows, it's one of the great entertainers in New York, Zero Mostel. You might remember him from Fiddler on the Roof and The Producers. He had a show in 1948. On PIX, and that was one of the first shows. But then it just developed over time, especially for children's programming. That was so important. So many of my friends grew up and just loved those days with some of the great celebrities on PIX.
Is one of them Officer Joe?
Officer Joe Bolton. Yep, he had his clubhouse, and he was beloved by so many kids, and he showed some great Three Stooges, Little Rascals, Our Gang, and it was just a time of fun for so many kids in New York.
You know, another staple of PIX was Captain Jack, who even hosted the PIX11 St. Patrick's Day Parade for more than 40 years. So for those who may not know who Captain Jack was, what's the
Well, Captain Jack McCarthy, he was an announcer at Channel 11, but then he hosted the Popeye show. And so all the kids who love Popeye, just saw Captain Jack. And he also did a lot of live events around the city. He would bring his show to Freedom Land for all your viewers who remember Freedom Land in the Bronx. He was identified with Popeye.
Yeah. One of the things that anytime I run into somebody in the field that talks about how much they watched PIX growing up, it's a part of their childhood, the one thing they always mention is the PIX game.
Yeah.
Where people phoned in and played this video game. Talk about that.
Well, that was an interactive where, especially for kids, you call in and then you could sort of do an early version of a video game where you could set a laser and hit a target, and you yell out PIX, and it was sort of a pioneering effort that many other stations picked up around the country.
So people followed suit. People followed suit.
Yes, they did. So it was this. So interaction between the phone and the new video technology.
That's crazy. That's so funny.
But you had to literally yell out the word, and somebody had to press a button.
Yes, right.
To fire off the shot.
Yeah.
So it was just all about the timing and coordination here, right?
But you got especially kids got a lot of great gifts, shirts, hats, and that sort of thing.
There's so many legacy shows that actually still run today, right? Like we do these big honeymooner marathons around Christmas time and the holidays because that was such an iconic show. Yeah,
Honeymooners represents New York. It's Brooklyn, and you have the great plans and schemes of Ralph Cramden, and to see that every year, it just reminds you of New York and how it's evolved over the years. But you have to bring in the new year with Ralph and Alice, and of course, Yeah, well,
it's been so fun going down memory lane with you, Ron Simon. Thank you again for your time.
Okay, good, thank you. Well, happy birthday.
Thank
and
you.
Enjoy the day.
And the Yule log.
We can't forget
the Yule log is one of the great traditions.
I think it's our highest rated. I think on PIX.
Yeah, we do it at the Paley Center too. We like to show PIX's Yule logs.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.